What's going on, gentlemen? It's your boy John, coming back here again with another video. This video is going to be a bit of a political one, but it's going to stay within the realm of what I usually talk about, which is, philosophy, strength, masculinity, being strong, being courageous, fearless, and tackling life by the balls, right? When it comes to the lockdown, I'm going to stay away from my own personal opinions on the guidelines, the restrictions, whatever you want to call them, right? Some of which have been made law, but we're going to stay away from the topic. The gyms have been closed down, okay? And, in the first lockdown, the gyms were closed down, and then there was a second or third lockdown. I've lost count now. And in this second or third lockdown, the gyms actually opened. They were opened within that lockdown. And whilst everything was closed down, shops and everything, the gym was still open. But then there was a hard mode lockdown, right? Hard mode lockdown. Real serious one, right? A new mutation of the virus. This new mutation of the virus caused a new lockdown, and this closed all the gyms. Every single gym was closed down. And the gyms have been closed ever since. It's like tier 4 or 5 now, I think. Well, I think I'm seeing 5. They've changed so quickly within the last two or 3 weeks now. I think it's like tier 5. We may even be in tier 6. I've lost count. But in this new one, gyms have been closed down. They've been closed ever since. And my idea is, essentially, if you want to take a lion's strength away from him, you take away his methods of being strong, right? So in the lion's case, you take away the forest and you put him into captivity. You throw him into a zoo. He's in the forest or the jungle, right? I don't know where they usually hunt, or even in the open plains. But you take away his environment. You take away the things that he usually does. He usually goes on hunts. He's with his spouse or spouses, and he's kind of having fun. And then you take that away from him, you put him into a solitary sort of cage. The lion becomes depressed. The lion becomes very down in energy, very lethargic, very weak, fat, lazy, and becomes just a shadow of its former self, right? It's no longer a lion. When you think of a lion, you think of a fearless don, a king, right? But then when you think of the lions in captivity, it's really funny. Go search some of the videos up. It's really hilarious to see. They're just sort of lazy, fat, sort of shadows of themselves. They're groomed to look like lions because they've got fancy cutters around them to keep the hair trimmed and everything. But they're not lions now. They're a sublion. So it's a bit like with humans. If you take away the human's natural sources of growth, okay, so the ability to socialize, the ability to speak to whoever you want, do whatever you want with anyone as long as it's consensual, go to people's houses, parties, and all that. And then you've got the gyms. You've got places or places where people use essentially the excess energy that they've got in some endeavor that they've chosen to perform at a very high level in. Take that away. Take away any sort of system-based, help source, and take away the ability to leave the house freely. Make people feel uncomfortable in public. With the addition of with the mandatorization of the masks in public, that's surely done that. It's tapered it into being a new normal. It's normal for everyone to just wear a mask now, and if you don't wear a mask at a certain place, you are seen as an enemy of sorts. You're treated as an enemy by the establishment now. They look at you and they're like, hey, you need to put the mask on. You need to put the fucking mask on. Like, you don't put the mask on, something bad's gonna happen to you, man. In the library, I know that if you're caught not wearing the mask 3 times, you'll get banned from the library, even if you're a student, because it's a mandatory law now. So, what does this mean? What does this all culminate into? Where am I going with this? Essentially, what I'm trying to say is, we're being made into caricatures of our usual selves, and we're getting weaker in this lockdown. The technology surf is crazy now. Everyone's online, The food delivering services have become so efficient during this time. Their delivery rates are just going crazy. Everyone's making money off delivery now because everyone's ordering in food from the outside. Like, did I mention the technology? There's an abundance of technology that's been made free now, and the biggest one, the most hilarious one I found of all, is when the lockdown first began. I believe it was one of the porn websites that was offering a 50%. No, they were offering the extra additional. I think was it the porn plus. They were offering that for free now, whereas before you probably had to pay a membership and subscribe or whatever, like pay a fee. Now it was made free for everyone. So take away the gyms, make fast food a mandatory requirement for living now, because most people are just ordering in. They can't be asked to go to the groceries. Grocery stores are probably going to get rationed soon, because I don't know. I reckon they're going to ration it and do something with the grocery stores. But you know, take away the grocery stores, everyone's ordering in food. You take away their ability to exercise, take away their ability to socialize. You take away the human's natural way of living. You take away his habitat, you take away his environment, and you force him into a sedentary, a solitary and sedentary position. Very, very sad. If it remains like this for long, we're going to see depression rates skyrocket, which they already have. Suicide rates have already skyrocketed. People are killing themselves, dude. Killing themselves. And I'm not trying to negate the effects of the virus. The virus is the virus. And take whatever measures you need to take in order to minimize the virus's spread. Okay, I can see the fairness of that, even though I don't like anything that's done by the government that's forced upon anyone. I don't like it at all, because it's an infringement of your human rights. But it's fair. It's fair. You can impose the stuff or whatever, because it's going to minimize the virus or whatever. But you know, it's about how long are these effects going to last? How long are they going to be here? Are they going to ever go away? Are we going to return to a normal phase when the virus deaths end? Will they ever end? Is the other question as well. Sometimes, you know, the enemy will use propaganda to keep sending out a myth. You know, the enemy's there. They're there. We need to keep doing these things because the enemy's still alive. It's around the corner. We need to be prepared, right? So we've seen this happen before in history, but it's all about when is it going to end. But also, just because they've taken away these areas, it doesn't mean you can't be strong. It doesn't mean you have to be weak. If anything, it's harder now because you have to resist the temptation to be weak, because that temptation is there every day now. If you're working from home, you're on your phone and computer probably 24/7. There's always a temptation to do something naughty on there, right? And go back to maybe bad habits, ordering in fast food all the time, right? That's another way to fuck up your hormonal system and take in way too many calories and just become fat, lazy, and lethargic, right? And of course, take away the ability to exercise. Had the gym. Many people go to the gym for a social life, but also it's a mental place as well. You know, it's a mental place to just throw away the bullshit that you deal with on a daily basis, and just focus on the exercise. Focus on getting a pump. Focus on, you know, taking your body to failure. They're taking that away. So, you know, depression, very easy to fall into during this time. Overthinking, very easy. Anxiety, very easy. Okay. Suicide, very easy. Giving up, very easy. Okay. I'm not exaggerating. It's very easy to give up. So, you've got a lot against you right now. A lot of people are against you. A lot of things are against you, spiritually as well. So, it's up to you to remain strong and to remain defiant during this time. Stay committed as hell to your strength. Stay committed as hell to your goals. Stay committed as fuck. Make sure you are doing something daily which is challenging yourself, be it through fitness or through socializing or through, you know, mental, whatever. Just challenge yourself every single day. Make sure you do something difficult every day. Make sure you keep yourself in physical condition. Make sure you keep in contact with certain people, okay, to keep your mental health good. And most importantly, you need to stay strong during this time, because other people will depend on you. Because whilst they fall into depravity, you're going to be there as a source of inspiration, because you're going through and you're actually gaining ground during this hard, difficult phase. Okay, be a hero. That's going to be it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.